Hello everyone, my name is Rasmus. Today I'm gonna show you our latest game release, Sweet Gummy. We released this game 18th of September. The potential here is 10,000x. The volatility here is medium, so today I'm gonna take you through this game. So, I'm gonna explain a little bit how it works. It's pretty simple to understand. We have the wild reel to the left. It can have multipliers from 2, 3, 5, 10 and 25. It also has a clone wild, which means if you have a clone and it lands on a wild, let's say you have a wild on the first reel and you have a clone in this first box to the left, it will clone the wild 1, 2, 3 or 4 times. It depends on what symbol you get. So basically we can also explain in this case, let's say you have a wild here and you land a clone here, but which is also very interesting to know that the clones can have a multiplier on the clones. So let's say you don't have a multiplier on these wilds and you land a clone here. Let's say you have a clone 25 and you have a wild in the middle box as we have here, as you can see. Let's say you clone this wild and it has a 25 on the clone and it lands on this. It will give this wild a 25 times 2, which means that the wild will be 50, which is very good to know. So as I said, the wilds is also in the base game. This seems like a pretty good hit to be a base game. Can make it go slower so everyone gets included with it. Here we have got the clone, so basically if you landed a clone on that reel, it will clone them 2 times. So basically if it's a 2 clone, that means it clones the wild 1 time. If it's a 3 clone, it clones the wild 2 times. So basically it's 1 plus 1. So in this case, if we had a wild here, it will clone 1 time. If it's a 4 clone, it will make it spit out 3 wilds on the screen. Where it pops up, where it shoots the wilds, it's totally random. It can land all 3 on top. It can land in the bottom left, middle and the bottom right. It's totally random in this case. So now let's see, as I mentioned, we need 2 scatters to trigger free spins. That gives you 5 spins. If you land 3 bonus symbols, that gives you 7. And if I'm not mistaken, 4 gives you 9 and 5 gives you 12, which we will see in the bonus game. I can buy some bonuses here just to show you. So in this case we will land 2 bonuses, and also good to know, in the start of every free spin, every bonus round, the bonus symbols will gives you a wild. So in this case these 2 will be wild. Also good to know, the multiplier on every wild stays until every wild reach the bottoms, because when the wild reach the bottom, the wild will disappear. And as you can see, if you see these lightnings popping, flashing on the screen on the wild, which means it got sticky that round, which is also good to know, because even I got confused in the beginning. I was like, why is it flashing like this to me? But then I realized actually that it means it's sticky that round. As you can see also, it can land wilds, and also they are staying until they reach the bottom. So next buy, it's 120x, which means €120 for a $1 bet. It gives you 3 starting wilds and 7 free spins, which means this case you have 3 bonuses. We can free spin so we don't make the video 2 hours long. I think it's pretty fast to understand. So in this case it has a 2 and it will add the 3x, so it makes it 5. Here we have 3 plus 3 is 6, which makes the multiplier 6. I kinda like the song actually. The sound maybe you say, but you understand me I think. And also as you can see, as I mentioned, it can land wilds on every spin. You can basically get a full screen wild if you are lucky, which is pretty awesome. I hope during this video you get to see the clone wild, otherwise I will buy bonuses until we get a clone wild, that's for sure. So that was his €3.40 profit. Next one, we have 4 scatters, which cost us 250x of a $1 bet. €1, $1 is the same. So this case, €1 bet, 250 gives us 4 scatters. So in this case, the best thing you can do is get all the scatters on the top, obviously. But can also be bad sometimes, because you know the next spin can gives you full clone wilds 25x. We don't know. Pretty interesting, honestly. So you see, it's pop flashing, that means it's sticky that round, and next round it goes down 1 row. Always 1 row down or sticky for that round, which is very important to understand. It's not sticky always, it's just for that round. As you can see, it's sticky again, then it pop flashes like this. Also good to know, if you land bonus symbol, it gives you +1 extra spin. So if you land 2, you get 2 spins, 3 spins, etc, etc. You understand that correct, I think. So in this case we had a 2 + 5. Okay, now we will see, we landed a clone on this. It pops out 2 extra wilds to the screen. Sadly we didn't have a multiplier, but it still gives you extra wild, which is pretty awesome, definitely. This is an amazing slot, I can tell you that for sure. This has everything and a little bit more, that's for sure. As I mentioned before, they go down 1 row. This game has huge potential. I mean, obviously there's games with 50,000x max win, there is games over 100,000. But I think for a game like this, with this potential, with all the wilds, multiplier, the cloning wild, to have a 10,000x is pretty amazing, honestly. And I definitely think that streamers, players, whatever you are, will definitely be able to catch that win. I mean, let's say you have a 25x, you actually get the cloning on that and it lands on another one, you will get 50x. Everything can happen in this slot, that's for sure. Everything can happen in this game, that I'm sure about. This is a pretty good setup. As you can see, we have 5 spins and we have three wilds going with each other. This is an amazing setup. Sad that it didn't follow, but good that it's sticky, of course. As you can see, this is sticky, this was not. That means it's flashing like this, and it stays that round. Next round it will go down 1 row. This bonus symbol, again, 1 extra spin, which is good to know, because sometimes people are, oh, no retrigger. Yes, it is some sort of a retrigger, but you get 1 spin per bonus symbols. Also good to know, as you can see, we reached 20 and 16. Many wonder how did that happen, because the multipliers stay on that wild until they reach the bottom, and every time you get a multiplier on that wild, it will multiply by that. As you see, it's 1 and 1, that means 1 wild will clone to 1 wild extra. This is an amazing game, that's it. I don't have much more to tell you. I mean, it has obviously better potential if all the bonus symbols lands on the top reel, which is pretty obvious. But this is a pretty good start. I mean, we have the wild, we already got some X the multiplier on the symbols. This is definitely a good game. Wow, this is such good created. So I think that was much from it. I hope I will meet you again, and as Beastly Burglars, I hope you can leave some feedback through the channels where we will link this game through.